So this is session 2 of the tribe, continuing on with harmony. And quick reminder that any of these video sessions can be found on YouTube on our channel, Seekers of Truth Boise, to find those. And those also can be found on our website, Emays Seekers of Truth. Always a little tech. So last week we were talking about the concept of harmony, and just a quick reminder also that the tribe was formed out of something that grew from one of the degrees at Scottish Rite here in Boise. The purpose being to explore common concepts with people with various perspectives, beliefs, religions, whatever it may be, to come upon some common truths. First thing I always like to do is just sort of clear everything out, call it, clearing your mind, focusing on just being here. So clearing everything out, work, life, family issues, whatever, just for a quick second, just to recalibrate in with the time that we have. And today we're going to look at 3 more groups and their ideas about harmony, maybe non-standard when we take a look at it, but just like previous, feel free to contribute or just listening, know what we're talking or trying to prove a point, because that doesn't get us anywhere. We also talked about in the beginning how harmony for most people is balance, equality, music. Those are the things you think of when you think of harmony. But what I think we saw last week was that it sort of just is that thing that sort of gets you on a solid base to start out with. So to review real quick, we'll go back and take a look at what we had talked about previously. So with Stoicism, it was a belief of personal development by living according to nature, wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation being for hallmarks of that belief system. And yesterday I was talking to a person who's looking to petition our lodge, and he's very into Stoicism as well. So we were talking about this. The conversations just happen all the time. And then we looked at harmony according to the King James Bible, had the passage, finally be ye all of one mind, have compassion for one another, love his brethren, be pitiful, be courteous. And this is sort of going to tie into one that we're going to look at today. So we're not looking for like direct definitions of harmony, but more the overall idea of it or concept. And lastly, we had the ancient Celts and power of 3, Celtic tradition. What's most powerful once is more powerful than 3s. The idea of the triple mother and the triple goddess, abundance, fertility, nurturing, all of these working together within that one entity. And we keyed in on who they look at as Bridget for compassion, healing, and peacemaking. And so we have her as a symbol for that. And we ended out last week just with this kind of an idea. So now we're going to add 3 more groups. And then at the end will be a slide with 6 images to sort of see where they're at in this aspect as well. So, session 2, the first group we're going to take a look at is harmony according to Native American traditions. And I have notes here, just some of the stuff that I got. American Indian culture emphasizes harmony with nature, endurance of suffering, respect, and non-interference toward others. Strong belief that man is inherently good and should be respected for his decisions. Tribal ritual and ceremonial practices provide a code for ethical behavior and social organization, which contribute to a meaning of life. It also provides a means for intervening in individual or social dysfunction. Taken from one of the professors here at University of Oklahoma. So living according to nature, respect and connection to the natural world, human connection to the ecosystem, rituals of gratitude, and everything in nature has a spirit. And this one, to me, when I started putting this together, sort of really harkened back to the Stoics from last week and what they were thinking about that kind of stuff as well. So there you had more of a what we might think of as like a westernized society in Greece. Here we have more of the tribal society, but the beliefs are still the same in those kind of aspects. One of the other things is rituals and the use of rituals to create meaning or to keep those ideas going forward is another really big kind of thing. And everybody does rituals every day, so for whatever the purpose may be.
We all do, you mean?
Yes.
Everybody's in all of us. Okay.
Everybody. Even from how you put your shoes on. Do you put your left shoe on first or your right foot? Shoe.
Yeah, true.
Every single day is the same way. When you shave, how do you shave?
True.
It's been the same way always, right? It's that consistency, it's that comfort, even if it's subconscious, like putting your shoes on. You would probably feel out of whack if you put your right on and then your left on. So those things that sort of keep us unified in that kind of an aspect. And then we go and take another big time jump backwards to Confucius and ancient China. And we talk a little bit about Confucian harmony. And Confucius was alive from 551 to 479 BCE. So he's doing his thing long before the development of a lot of the standardized European culture and a lot of the religious precepts that are going on at that time, Middle East and others. So his philosophies are rather ancient in that aspect. A couple of things about harmony. Confucian harmony is reflective and meditated in the sense that it is generated through conscious and persistent efforts of humanity. Harmony is by its very nature relational. It is through mutual support and mutual dependence that things flourish. And I was saying that sort of kicked back to the idea with the Native Americans and their tribal society, how they depend upon every person within the tribe to keep those pieces together. So,
As well as a whole, like with the nature, etc.
Yeah. Some other quotes. First, there must be order and harmony within our own mind. Then there is this order will spread to your family, then to your community, and finally to your entire kingdom. Only then can you have peace and harmony. So unlike some of the others, Confucius is directly connecting with his thoughts on harmony, but that's also something we talked about last week, is it's like the bedrock. You're building everything on it. You know, work sucks, life's gonna suck, kind of thing maybe. Not happy here, not going to be happy there. Those different kinds of pieces. Couple more. He who is in harmony with nature hits the mark without effort and apprehends the truth without thinking. And then lastly, be in harmony yet be different. Again, Confucius was China's most famous teacher, philosopher, political theorist from 551 to 479. And cosmic virtue and a process that generates and maintains the world's things. All things have origins. Life essence is unified. Humans are a part of their environment. They're not separate. Again, the same connection that we saw in Native Americans. They're not reading Confucius on the plains of the Americas. They're coming up with these beliefs at their own time and in their own process as they're experiencing their lives. They're all having these common kind of elements. And one of them that I thought was really cool was be in harmony, yet be different. So we don't all have to be the same. And our happiness doesn't have to be the same for everybody either. And the last is a lot more abstract. Harmony in media, and by that it could be social media, it could be TV, movies, whatever the case may be, seeing like through a modern lens. So how does harmony come across? Is it abstract or is it concrete? I got 4 very diverse images that I pulled out there to sort of hit in on these different kind of things. So the questions I was writing down and thinking about is, how is harmony portrayed? Is it always just peace and hippies, like Cheech and Chong? They don't ever say it's harmony, right? But it's they're, at one with nature when they're doing their thing. Is that harmony? Is that like what the media puts out? Is it too abstract to put in a visual form? Ads about what is Googled more love or hate. They have those commercials, if you've seen the commercials, where it shows the Google for how many times hate is Googled, and it's some odd million, and then how much is love Googled, and it's some odd billion kind of a thing. Is that like harmony or a connection?
I remember the example that we're going to put in.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you remember the scene from Avatar with the 2 fish and Tweet and Law?
No, go ahead and talk about it.
I don't know how to describe it. So in the live action and the animation version of Avatar The Last Airbender, there's a firebender named Zhao who wants to kill the moon, essentially, so that the waterbenders can't fight back. The moon is represented on this day by a fish, and there's also, I believe it's the spirit fish, and they're Tui and La, yin and yang. They're both, one of them's white with a black spot, one of them's black with a white spot. And when he kills the moonfish, everything goes out of balance because yin and yang are no longer in existence, or Tui and La in this instance. And so one of the characters ends up having to sacrifice in order to bring the balance and the harmony back.
Okay. And then that also connected to the other one, right? The paranormal park.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that too, real quick?
Oh, that's just more of a little joke on the name of harmony. In Dead End Paranormal Park, in one of the episodes, the theme park workers have to work with this like hippie, quote unquote hippie guy to be a better team, but he's actually a demon that feeds on fear, and his name is Harmony. And it's a little joke later on that they misheard his name. His name's actually Harmony. But it's an episode about overcoming fears and anxieties.
Gotcha. So when we take a look at that and what she just spoke about there, the other one that I put up there, which doesn't seem to automatically make a connection either, is Avengers Endgame. But at the end of the movie, when all the people who have died come back, it's like they've restarted. They have a whole reconnection going on. Nobody's stating that it's unification or it's harmony per se, but that's what it is. They're going to overcome now because they're all back together. They're all going to be working together as one. So I've got the sunflower field or the hippies or these other different types of things that we might see in media, in songs, or those different types of things. But I think that the problem is harmony is one of those very abstract concepts. It's not table. We can all agree and define table, but not necessarily that idea of harmony. So those are the 3 for today on this session, and then in a minute we'll take a look at all 6 together to see if we see anything or had any thoughts about anything from the previous one, or whatever the case may be on that. previous three and then our new three. And they could go in any order, they could go multiple different ways, but
Think of it as, so I think of it as so different, and then when you're putting it up there, you can see such a connection overall. Does that make sense?
so different, like as groups of peoples and times, or
Yeah, groups of people, groups of, if you want to call it religions or belief systems, and then the time period. That's how I always picture it, like it's just a complete difference from what we're living in right now, but it's not. It's all, and even if you look at a few more into like the Celtic beliefs versus like the Asian, the Confucius, those type of beliefs, when you look at it, you see such a connection, but when you're involved in more than in just one, you think it's just completely different. Does that make sense?
yeah, it's universal truth. I don't know. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say universal necessarily, but I don't know that there's a group, whether they were good, bad, or indifferent, that doesn't believe in some kind of harmony of its people or some kind of a connection in any of that kind of an aspect. So
Yeah, I think you're right. I think even when you think of like pure evil like Hitler, you can see their ideals of harmony within themselves and their own group. I don't agree with it, but you know.
definitely wrong and indifferent, but
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, it just sort of, allows a little bit more understanding if you have some common ground, if you have some common issues that you can speak with others about who believe differently or anything like that.
I mean, I can see how that's like a goal that everyone has, even without recognizing it. Just in life, your goal is that basis, that base of harmony.
Anything else? Anybody got anything that popped out between any of the any of the six there, or?
Not those, but I can definitely see nowadays that it's an issue that people are reaching for. And doesn't seem to be there.
Yeah, more of a disruption,
Yes,
purposeful disruption.
yes.
All harmony does is bring people together, so as it should.
Yeah, it seems like that's the natural state.
Yeah.
People is to find harmony.
Right.
May get lost along the way.
Maybe
but
that's
that's
the
okay.
power
Mhm.
to disrupt that.
Yeah.
Well, harmony is very powerful, yet underrated, I think. Just being happy and going forward with another group of people has power. And it's something that if you are in any kind of power position, isn't something necessarily that you might want. A bunch of happy, focused individuals moving forward on their goal, because then they're not all spread apart. They're all coming together at certain times when it's needed. So, I mean, I don't know what it would take to get all the people in the world agreeing on the same topic and all the faiths and religions and beliefs, but at least there are some stones that can be built upon, and then
You can still all, I just feel like we can all come together still, even if we have different beliefs. part of that reaching for that harmony,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
This takes time. All right, so the next session will be the final one on harmony with 3 more different topics or groups or concepts or beliefs that we'll be able to then have 9. I don't know how I'm going to fit them all on the screen at once. They'll just sort of be overlapping everybody, but it'll be a connection again, I'm sure, to be able to draw those ideas together. And we'll take a little look at, again, one of the ones that people most often connect with harmony, that of music, because there's something to be said about people's wiring and their ability to remember songs and the lyrics of songs, and it's the creation behind it. You know, can't remember the directions on how to microwave popcorn, but you can remember all the lyrics to Stairway to Heaven when you're in your car. So, you know, there's something going on there with the tones and the structures and the music, the concords there that you know, take this into another avenue of discussion as well. So,
Oh, good. Okay.
yeah. So for now, we're going to roll this up again. Again, the tribe meeting on Sundays at Seekers of Truth Wellness Collaborative here in Boise, and then putting the videos online for people to check out, and hopefully come down and join us and have some conversations. So thank you all for coming.